Cause it's your boy DJ Enemy. Nah. This sound like Ballers. You already know who it is. Sheed Akbar.
Yo, it's Derek, your boy. What's good?
We have a special guest in here too. Nah. Oh my God, now.
Hey y'all.
And can you give everyone your name, please?
Give everyone your name, please.
I'm ASAP Killer.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Find me on IG at ASAP Killer.
Okay.
Trying to be part of
do
ASAP Mob.
Do you do some stuff, Miss? What is it? ASAP Killer. Is that with a Q or a K?
That's with a K.
That's with a K.
That's with a K.
I know we're doing an interview today, but since we're in the interview phase,
Interview.
So can you tell us your real name, what you do?
I'm sorry, I
State
don't
your name for the
divulge that
occupation.
information.
I heard you be writing some good reads.
Facts, I heard that
yeah,
on Facebook with the blogs. You know what I'm saying?
I blog a little bit. Some light.
Sunlight.
Sunlight
for the fans.
Some light ballers.
Get
it? Light ballers.
Connection. All right, well, we here today. It's the conference finals. Both teams. Both sides, East West. Golden State's up 3-0 on the Blazers.
Tragic.
And Milwaukee is up 2-1 on Toronto.
Tragic.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I think let's start. Who we want to start with? The more tragic of the two series, or you want to start with
We can start Toronto, Milwaukee.
Yeah, because their game was yesterday, so let's start with Toronto, Milwaukee. So, Milwaukee, they've been showing out. I think Toronto needed that game last night and that win that they got last night, because if not, I think they were going to be in big trouble. I still think the series is going to go, and for Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee's going to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was just everything that Giannis was in foul trouble. They had Bledsoe in foul trouble. So I think everything just swung Toronto's way in the momentum. That game went to double overtime, and Giannis wasn't even playing that well. You only had like 12 points in that game.
Which is why I think Toronto is in trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Giannis, shot 5 for 16, I think it was.
Yeah.
He fouled out. Bledsoe was in foul trouble. There's a couple people who didn't shoot all that well. And it still ended up going to double overtime. It's still, Toronto still struggled. So, basically, with everything going the Raptors' way, they still barely pulled out that win. So, I know Milwaukee has basically, and I didn't think about this at first until, I kind of heard Chris Broussard said it. But they basically have played a bunch of teams with, like, one person.
Yeah.
So, even though Milwaukee is a team with, like, one person, just, like, a group of people around them.
Wait, he said who? Toronto played the team in
No, Milwaukee. They basically
I guess.
what if it's
they played the Celtics. Detroit only had what?
Blake Griffin.
Well, he wasn't even really playing. Like, it was really just Andre Drummond, basically.
And there you go.
Yeah,
so and then and then the Celtics. Kyrie made it like a one-man show.
One-man show. Well, that's Kyrie.
And so now it's just Kawhi, really, because nobody else is consistent on that team.
Siakam showed up last night. He showed up. He showed up to play, but is he gonna show up in the next game? That's what you guys.
Yeah. So at this point, honestly, and it's because of like the recency bias and just how dominant they've been, I don't see how anyone could really stop Milwaukee at this point. I really, because just the fact of how dominant Giannis has been and just all the role players, even when like one person is off, like another 3 or 4.
Because when it's not Giannis, it's going to be Middleton. They're going to look to Middleton to shoot, and that's what they did last night. I think before it went to overtime, they looked for him to get the shot. So like they I don't know, Milwaukee is they're just too dominant. Like they're too, because it's crazy that they gave it to double overtime. I really thought like Toronto would have put it out in regulation, but Milwaukee kept finding themselves still being in the game.
So here's my thing, because I know a lot of people like to try and double Giannis or build the wall or whatever, but I really think they should take the Atlanta Hawks Dwight Howard approach, like how I think it was 2010, where the Hawks faced the Orlando Magic, and the Hawks beat the Magic that year 4-1. What is it? 2011. One of those years, 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
And the Hawks won 4-1, and the way they won is they just let Dwight do whatever he wanted to do, and they didn't leave any of the shooters.
Yeah.
So basically, Dwight couldn't pass out to a 3-point shooter, which is kind of like what Milwaukee's doing, where they get Giannis to dominate in the paint.
Oh, you mean Toronto? That's what Toronto did.
No,
no,
I'm
you
saying
mean Milwaukee.
this-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, what's Milwaukee letting them do?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Even with that, Toronto last night, I saw what they're doing, and I kept hearing the announcer saying they're creating like this wall. So they would have like Kawhi in the middle, and then like two other people like kind of creating this wall so Giannis can like do his like Euro step and just get right to the basket, which I think was smart for them. But
we're seeing everyone try and do. We seen
yeah.
Like he was able to get out of it.
But I mean, then you still got to defend like Kawhi, who's going to give a little bit more impact. But again, like I don't see them. I think Milwaukee's going to get the next one, and then they're going to win game 5. I think this series going to go 4-1 to Milwaukee.
Yeah, at most 4-2.
Yeah, at most 4-2.
Yeah, I don't see this going to a
And I just think Giannis last night, I love Giannis because if you saw his face last night, he's like, yo, he does not take losing well at all. Like he really does have like that Kobe thing. I hear everybody saying, oh, he doesn't work out with nobody in the off season. Like he just does his own thing.
Very old school.
He's very old school. Yeah, like he's not buddy with nobody. So and he really took that. I could you could just see him. He was so tight that he fouled out. Like he couldn't be out there for his guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think next game he's just gonna come out and he's not letting nothing stop him, like at all. So yeah, I think this series, like I said, I think it's gonna go Milwaukee. I think it should be 4-1. If at most probably 4-2, they should win. All right, let's head out to the West. Golden State and the Blazers. Golden State has been they've been killing the Blazers. Well, not I shouldn't even say killing. The Blazers have been in the games and killing them in the second half in the third quarter because they've been up in the games and then all of a sudden I just switch over and I see the Warriors are up or they only down by 2 and they right back in the game, and they just take a commanding 3-0 lead, and we've heard that what's his name, Damian Lillard he has these rib injuries now, and I don't even think he's making this he's making an excuse for himself. He doesn't want to make the excuse for himself that he has these broken ribs.
Separated ribs.
The separated ribs. I said broken ribs. Yeah, if it was broken ribs, he would be funny. Separated ribs. But yeah, they just been dominating. I thought at least they would at least make this like a much closer series, but like they're just not ready.
Yeah, without the
they're not ready.
I think this is really when they could really use Yusuf Nurkic. I think they could really use
they needed
him.
him.
Now.
That's why I said they needed him.
And Cantor, like if Cantor wasn't hurt, this would be a great series for him.
Yeah.
Because this is where like you have the guard play to kind of, I don't want to say necessarily match because Golden State has a better backcourt, but at least kind of contend with Golden State, and then the size of your bigs, which should give you the definitive advantage. With Dame, we've seen them kind of tail off every series, and with this one, I remember I came in here saying, I was gonna kind of chastise Dame, kind of criticize him, but then the report came out that he had separated ribs.
Yeah.
Which makes sense that he's doing some of the stuff he's doing. So, like, for example, the last game I was watching, when he's asking for a screen, he'll kind of be hesitant and kind of slow to take it.
Yeah.
Which allows the defense to kind of trap him easier
yeah.
when you're going too slow. And there's a couple times where he just broke off the screen and like ran, and even though he missed the shot, he got to the hoop.
Yeah.
So the defense broke down. He would be able to pass, or if he can make the shot, make the shot. But too many times I see him jogging around or kind of going too slow on the court, and it's just tough. Him, and this is why I said, like, as much as I like CJ, the Blazers probably need a bigger guard.
That's another problem. Yeah.
Because they have two small guards in the backcourt. Yeah. It's one thing. I won't say small because Dame is like average size or big for a point guard, but CJ is small for a shooting guard.
Yeah.
So it's just, and then kind of like Myers Leonard, and that's my guy. Like he, was a nice.
He came out playing in Game 3, and that's like they needed this game. Like they needed this game.
Yeah, but
And
Steph and Clay, as everyone figured, play better without
Durant. Yeah, because they have more shots, more freedom, more spacing.
More spacing.
There's a little bit more spacing for them.
And the ball moves.
The ball moves
more.
even more.
Yeah.
Because Durant is gonna sometimes go a little bit ISO and just because he feel like if they're down, like he's gonna pick up the pace. But also too, I think Draymond Green's been like playing.
No, yeah, Draymond has
playing out of his mind.
The best basketball he's played in a couple of years.
Yeah, and throughout the season, everybody was saying like, "Oh, Draymond's not the same Draymond."
He might have been out of shape in the regular season.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you winning all these championships, and you just feel like
But yeah, I would argue Draymond at times is the second most important player, if not the most important player
to
on
them.
That court.
Yeah, exactly. Because he does everything for them. Does everything. He's a great passer. He will rebound. He's gonna play. He's gonna play any position on the court. He'll defend any position on the court.
Yeah, because these last couple seasons, I feel like he's been kind of gassed and overrated.
Yeah.
But right now, he's really showing his worth.
I always love seeing Draymond come down the court. You just be dribbling with one hand. You just be coming down dribbling with one hand like mad fast down the court. Like nobody stops it.
He looked like one of those kids who really can't dribble on the court.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so effective.
Yeah, it's like because they can't dribble, you can't tell what they're gonna do. So you can't steal a ball from them.
Exactly. But he's really been making a difference for them, and if anything in Portland maybe takes Game 4, it's either gonna be a sweep or it's gonna be like a gentleman's sweep. But like Portland is done. I think for them to get this far compared to what happened last year with them getting swept in the first round, I would say it's a successful year for them. But they really needed to compete. This was their time because
I would have said it was a successful year if this series was competitive.
Yeah.
But the fact that this series looks very uncompetitive, even though Game 2 was kind of close.
Yeah.
But the fact that this just looks like a one-sided series.
But that's what I'm saying. I think Game 2 and was it Game 2?
Yeah.
The last game they've been in the game and they've been up. They have not been holding their lead. Like they've been letting Steph come out there and just like shoot and go crazy.
Yeah, that's part of it, but also like their offense falls apart. They start taking bad shots.
That too, yeah.
They go cold.
Play hero ball.
Yeah. And Dame, he tries to force a lot of shots to get fouls from the three.
And it's not working out.
I mean, even if it was working for Mount, I'm never a fan of really trying to jack up foul threes. Like if you get fouled, you get fouled. But
yeah, because that's the way how the kind of game it kind of is today. But I feel like in the playoffs, you might not necessarily get those calls because they might play it a little bit tougher than what they're doing. So than usually in the regular season. So, but yeah, I think that series is basically a wrap. Alright, let's talk about the NBA draft since we missed that.
Oh yeah, oh yes.
the one where the Knicks were supposed to get the first draft, but the NBA decided that.
Vent as a Knicks fan.
I don't need a Vent as a Knicks fan. I'm not gonna cry like how Stephen A. Smith cried. Like that shit was ridiculous.
You cried in the car.
Maybe a little. But no. I mean, I think Zion's gonna be a good player. I think the thing is he would have been obviously great in a Knicks uniform because the Knicks have never had anybody who could fly as high as he can. But but I feel like people are just going too ham over it. Like I feel the Knicks are still gonna get a good player like R.J. Barrett.
Lord
I know. You kept saying that he's gonna go to Grizzlies, but I'm telling you, John Morant is gonna go to the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies are smart.
They're looking for their next Mike Conley. Okay.
If they are smart, they will draft Barrett.
They're not gonna draft R.J. Barrett though.
I am a Morant fan. If they are smart, they will draft my guy Barrett.
Nah, I think the Knicks are still good off with R.J. Barrett. He was supposed to be this year's first round pick, but Zion just.
I still think he's better than Zion. I just think Zion is a freak athlete, and that's what people are.
Yeah,
trying to
people
hype
are
for.
because that's what eye catching everybody. Like he's a free athlete.
And I don't want to say it to undermine. Like he's a skilled player. He's nice.
Yeah.
But I think it's mainly athleticism.
I think it's also athleticism, but his hustle too. Like he gets like those blocks that he gets like at a 3-pointer. Like it just looks crazy. But you know, honestly, this is what the NBA. This is what Adam Silver wanted. He didn't want these players to be just tanking and just go and just be going to these big market teams who might be tanking. This is what he wanted. New Orleans is like one of the most smallest markets of the team. They got the first round pick. Memphis, another small market team, got the second round pick. This is what he wanted. This is exactly what he wanted.
And I know a lot
It
of
works
people.
out.
And a lot of people are saying, New Orleans is obviously a football town, and they won't care about basketball. Just on getting the number 1 pick, not even drafting Zion yet, just on getting the number 1 pick, they sold like 3,000 season tickets the next day.
Of course.
The very next day.
I'm not surprised at that. And I think that whole thing with their staff, them having the same staff as, because they had the same staff as the football team as the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
They were the same staff was, in terms of medical staff that they were doing, which was like stupid for them. But I think that whole notion is now thrown out the window. I think they've been denying that.
The Pelicans have made a lot of front office moves. They, David
Griffin, and then they got the dude from the Nets today, right?
I think they
Trajan Langdon.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
The assistant GM. So they're making the right moves. In terms of Anthony Davis, I think they still gonna trade him.
They're probably gonna have to.
Still gonna trade him.
So as much as I would hate to see Anthony Davis in the Knicks uniform, I would hate to see RJ Barrett in the Knicks uniform more. So I would welcome that trade, especially if Barrett and Zion are going to be on the same team.
I really don't know what's going to happen. Cause I don't know if the Knicks have enough to trade for him. But like, I still think for him to go to Boston, I think Boston has to put up both Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum for him to go to Boston.
But he won't commit to Boston. So
he's not going to commit to
Boston.
I don't know unless they want to gamble on that. The Lakers, still think the Pelicans just don't want to do that trade, which I think them should have done. He probably would have kept his. Well, I think he was screwed out of the way, but maybe he would have kept it a little bit. Maybe he would have kept it because maybe he would have had like a better team around him, or I don't know, at least more talent or something. But I think that's a wrap. It's a wrap for them. Yeah, I mean, other than the Knicks, like who else are you trading? Like, you think anybody else who you trading Anthony Davis to?
I mean, I've heard or seen, like little rumors, not necessarily from the most reliable sources.
Yeah.
But I've seen like Nets could possibly do something. I very highly.
Oh, that was way back. I don't think the Nets are doing
very
that.
Highly
They really have nothing to offer. I'm sorry.
I mean, no, we have stuff to offer. It's
But
just I don't think they will.
It isn't fair in comparison, and they're gonna have a low draft pick that they're not.
I don't think it's not even. I just don't think it will be.
I don't see the Nets. Wait, I don't see the Nets making that dumb of a move since they got themselves out of the hole to make dig yourself back into another hole. Yeah. I don't see Sean Marks doing that, so I don't think.
Yeah. The main thing is the fact that AD, according to reports, have only said he'll commit to 2 teams so far.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. You want to do like a 10-15 player mock draft, top 10, top 15?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know all these damn these college basketball players. That's why I couldn't even say to do a whole mock draft. But
yeah, we'll just do like we'll do the first 10.
All right, go ahead. Who's the first 10 teams? We gotta bring that up.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who's the first 10 team?
All right. So obviously the first team is New Orleans.
All right.
And I think the consensus is Zion.
Of course, they're taking Zion.
All right.
What about the whole Zion going back to why you bring it up? Oh, you got it up. But what about the whole Zion going back to college Duke thing?
We're marching to Zion.
Oh my God.
Beautiful, beautiful Zion.
As you can see, we just got a music break from our one and only engineer, Brandon. T-Swole today.
Have 2 engineers.
Shout out to Ryan. My son Ryan. He couldn't be here today. Da Vinci, aka Da Vinci.
Rest in peace.
Rest. That nigga ain't died.
That nigga got work.
That nigga ain't dead.
You got replaced by ASAP.
Oh my God. But yeah, the Zion to Duke thing. What the hell you? What are you doing? You can't hear that shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as we talk about Zion, Zion, yeah, I that whole rumor about him going back to college.
Yeah.
I think it will be, and I just number one, I don't see Zion doing that. I think he's too much of a high character person. He's that type of dude who will fight for any team and he doesn't care like where he doesn't matter where he ends up. He's just gonna fight.
Okay,
but also,
so
it doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah.
come
So
on.
first of all, let's start with this. The reports have been refuted.
Yeah.
The reports stated that Zion actually said he wanted to go to the Pelicans before the lottery even panned out.
Wait,
So-
I never saw that. Wait, hold up.
Yeah,
He said he wanted to go to the
Hold
Pelicans.
up.
I don't believe that shit for
Hold
a
up.
minute.
Hold up. I got
Who
you.
the fuck says they
What
want
I
to go
heard
to the
was that he
Pelicans?
actually wanted to stay another year.
All right, hold up.
Oh, that was.
Where's the screenshot?
He might have felt that way because they lost, but like, who you gonna go back and play with? Like, RJ Barrett's gone, Cam Reddish is gonna be gone. Like, you gonna have to play with nobody really.
All right, give me a second.
What report is this?
All right, so
Ooh.
right here,
From Shams. Guy from
Zion,
Shams.
Zion met in Chicago with New Orleans Pelicans and Memphis Grizzlies, the top two teams in the draft lottery. Zion had a positive meeting with the Pelicans, and prior to the lottery, he cited Pelicans as a targeted team to start career.
I don't believe that for a minute.
So, I mean,
I don't believe that, shit
man,
for
that
a
man
minute.
verified on Twitter.
I don't Shams it. I don't believe that for a minute. Zion,
But again,
he wanted
prior to the
end up in-
lottery,
He
prior
wanted to
to
end
it.
up in New York.
and a lot of
He
that
really
could
did.
just be, talk. Just like, you train yourself to talk professionally and stuff like that.
I mean, but
The
again,
fact that he cited specifically the Pelicans before the lottery,
wait,
who was
wait.
not supposed to go.
You know why that
top
doesn't
five
even make
team.
any sense to me? Because what the hell were the Pelicans' chances of even getting the first pick? They,
So I mean, but
like
I don't know.
it made no sense.
I don't know.
And who the hell is he gonna go play with on the Pelicans? Like,
Maybe he thought Anthony Davis was on his way out, and the Pelicans would be wide open for him to run. Maybe that was his thought process. But
I mean, but still, like, even in New York, well, it wouldn't be wide open because he might be joined by two other people, but still.
okay, so there was
But go
that.
ahead.
There was
Yeah,
that.
but go ahead, yeah.
His stepfather refuted the reports.
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense because if you go back to college, it's to basically fix your stock, and you can't fix your stock as
No,
someone
it
who's
wouldn't make any
projected to
sense,
go
especially
number
for
one
him.
overall.
All the money
Yeah.
he will make.
Yeah,
like,
and
would
he
make
would
no
miss.
sense.
That's another reason he would miss a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then the last reason, dang, how I forget it? Oh yeah, injury. There we go.
Oh,
You're risking-
barring you can
yeah.
risk an injury in college.
Risking getting
exactly.
injured. So
Exactly.
like it just didn't make any sense whatsoever for him to even try and do that.
Yeah. yeah.
All right, so the number two.
Yeah, let's go.
pick,
Let's go. Number 2 pick is Memphis. I told you they're taking John Morant. You insist they should
he's
take.
projected to go second.
And
It makes sense as far as finding your successor to Mike Conley, but I think the better pick is Barrett. I think he is more skilled. He's bigger. He'll have a better NBA career, and I think him and Jaren Jackson Jr. would do wonderfully together. And I just feel like it's a better fit.
the RJ Barrett there.
Yeah.
Well, I think John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. will still do well together because I still think because John Morant will be penetrating the paint and then like just kicking it back to Jaren Jackson or throwing alleys or doing something of that nature to him. So, but I see what you mean too. I tell you, Mike Conley's on their way out, so they're looking for the next Mike Conley. The third pick next, I told you, I think they're gonna get RJ Barrett.
If Morant goes second, obviously RJ is the clear third choice.
Third choice.
But if Barrett goes second, I think this is where the Knicks either trade this pick or they have to go somewhere else. I don't see them drafting Morant because they already have Dennis Smith Jr. under contract. And the reports of Kyrie Irving.
True.
So
Unless they draft Darius Garland. Unless they draft him.
I mean,
Is Garland
Garland's a point guard.
He's a point guard as well?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I forgot he's a
So
point
I
guard.
think it'll make more sense to draft a DeAndre Hunter,
Yeah, DeAndre, yeah.
a good,
Or
3-and-D
Jared Culver.
player.
Or Jared Culver. One of them.
Yeah.
DeAndre Jared Culver.
So But there were reports that the Knicks really like Cam Reddish.
Get the
So,
fuck out of here!
if the Knicks
Use
keep
this
the
bullshit.
If the
Bleacher
Knicks
Report,
keep the pick,
They are not taking
if
Cam
the
Reddish with the
Knicks
third pick.
keep the pick.
They're gonna take
third-
Cam Reddish over
Yes.
R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, they-
This is not the old
No,
Knicks
no,
regime.
no.
I'm telling you
remember,
right
I
now.
remember I said
No.
if Barrett goes second, this is what happens.
Oh, okay.
If Barrett goes
This
second,
dude- get the fuck.
Reddish is going to New York if they keep the pick.
I'm gonna be so fucking tired to take Cam
If they
Reddish,
keep
bro.
the pick, it will be beautiful. Beautiful.
You just want that shit because
So
you gonna be
badly.
clowning them. Get
So
the
badly.
fuck out of here. Nah, get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, I take it back. They won't draft DeAndre Hunter. They will draft Cam
Get
Reddish
the
third.
fuck out
The
of
Knicks
here.
will draft Cam Reddish third. What I think they should do in the order of, if Barrett goes second, I believe they should go for DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
But
that Cam Reddish shit. That's don't listen to him. That's blasphemous. Stephen A would say.
all right,
But number 4, our
the
pick
Lakers
4.
have the pick.
I think that's a pick that might be traded.
Yeah, and now the thing is the possibilities of where it's going. So, on the offhand, the Knicks trade the pick to, like, let's say the Pelicans.
to
or
try to
whatever.
get Davis.
Yeah. So,
Lakers might try to trade for Davis. They might
yeah,
try
the
that
Lakers
trade.
obviously going to try and trade the 4th pick to the Pelicans. It all depends. A lot of people saying on how the Pelicans' office or brass
Yeah.
feels about the rest of the draft. I'm trying to really think of.
Who else they might get? I've heard reports that they might try to trade for somebody else if it's not. If they can't get Davis. I don't know who though. I'm sorry, I was trying to think.
See, I'm trying to think of the Lakers.
Oh,
needs.
Bradley Beal. I've heard Bradley Beal a lot.
Okay, so
They might try to trade Bradley Beal. I can see that.
Kind of maybe a swap of picks. Lakers move back to 9th. The 4th
Swap
and
picks,
9th
swap
pick.
picks, and get Bradley. Well,
I
I don't know if the Wizards. If I'm the Wizards, I might really swapping picks and giving you Bradley Beal. Well, unless
It depends
the
on what
Lakers
else
giving
they-
out. Yeah,
yeah.
what else they're giving out
So,
too as well.
I mean, I'm not sure how many years are left on Wall's contract, but maybe they try and get
He's
Lonzo.
sounding a long. He sound.
Oh.
Oh yeah, but he's
maybe.
hurt, so they would.
I
would
mean,
want
but
to get.
Wall is hurt, so.
That's what I'm saying. You would
But-
try to get Lonzo.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so-
You try to get him.
So yeah, just as your successor,
Yeah.
obviously maybe get Brandon Ingram out.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Lonzo too, I've heard a lot of reports that saying that Chicago really likes him. Like they really want him. They want to
I
pair
mean,
him. They want to pair him with Markkinen, Levine, and
Levine's
with
my
Carter.
boy. Levine's my boy. But
Yeah.
the thing with Chicago is they have a lot of people who need the ball, so it
Yeah,
makes sense
yeah,
for them to go after, and they need a point guard. Like that's
Yeah.
why they were projected to try and get John Morant.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need a point guard to feed everyone to get
Yeah.
all those people the ball.
Who got the 5th pick?
The 5th pick that
Oh,
would be.
sorry ass Cleveland. I'm so glad Cleveland didn't get the 1st pick this year. I would have.
Yo,
I would have.
I know RJ
Do my
prayed
shit.
to every god he could have to avoid that. I know Zion did all of them.
Hey, they all did. I would have been so. Nobody want to see that.
So 5th pick,
DeAndre Hunter probably.
that makes sense.
They need a whole bunch of stuff. So.
But remember, I had kind of DeAndre Hunter going. I think DeAndre Hunter's a better player than falling 5th. I think he's the 4th-ish best player in the draft, maybe. But as far as the stuff we kind of said earlier, I kind of wish we had written it down so we could kind of keep track of it. But
You know
I
you
can
don't
see
do
I
that.
can see Jarrett Culver kind of going
there.
to the Cavs.
Yeah.
So they could have a nice backcourt, pair him with
Mm.
what's the dude's name? The
The
Cavs.
point guard, Colin
Collins,
Sexton.
yeah, Colin Sexton. So yeah, that makes sense. Get a nice little 1-2 punch.
I think either one makes sense because Jarrett Culver and DeAndre Hunter basically play the same position,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
I mean, one's a shooting guard, and one's a small forward who play power forward.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6,
Phoenix.
yeah, and Darius Garland makes sense there.
They need
Matter of fact, Kobe White.
They need a point guard.
Yeah.
Bottom line, they need somebody to get
Yeah.
them the ball.
And I think, even though Garland is projected to go before Kobe White, I'm a UNC fan, so I biasly think Kobe White, even though they're clearly close to each other,
Yeah.
I think Kobe White will be better in the long run.
Yeah.
So I think Kobe White can. I don't think he'll turn things around, but I think he'll be a good step in the right direction for this franchise.
Wherever they need one of them. They need a point guard. So
And then
Kobe
that
White,
brings us,
Darius Garland.
yeah, that brings us to Chicago with the 7th pick, which Darius
You
Garland.
think Darius Garland goes there?
Yeah.
They need the
Both
point
teams
guard.
need
Yeah,
point
the point
guards.
guards. Yeah.
So then we have ATL next pick. And
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who the rest of these college players are after like the top.
so
Rui. Where's Rui going? Rui Hachiroma, whatever his name is.
a lot of drafts have had him drop.
yeah.
So before he was like a high lottery pick, then it went to like mid lottery pick, and I don't know, like now he's late lottery pick, out
Really?
of lottery, and I don't know why.
I thought.
But I
People
don't think Rui works here because they have John Collins.
John Collins, right? Rui's like what, a power forward? No, small forward, power forward.
Yeah. He's a power forward. You know, he's undersized at the power forward. Like he's 6'8",
He's
6'9".
6'8", yeah, okay. Yeah.
So like you don't really want him playing center, but in the small ball era or smaller ball era,
I think he's a guy that he's gonna need work on, but like he could really turn out to be a good
no,
player.
yeah. Which is why I'm kind of surprised. I don't know why he fell. Like I don't know what.
I don't
Maybe
know.
something happened. Maybe scouts have seen something. I'm not sure why he fell.
Yeah.
But as far as ATL, they already have a dynamic point guard. They have a dynamic power forward.
Yeah.
So it don't make sense for them to get a power forward. And I don't think they would try and chance it on experience. I think they're kind of tired of the whole tanking situation.
Yeah.
Because it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
I think, and I would hate to see him go here, but I think the Hawks go Romeo Langford.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the shooting guard out of Damn, why can't I remember the school
I was
name?
about to say UNC, but I don't think
No,
so.
not
UNC. I
UNC.
forgot where he went.
God dang. Indiana. There we go.
Indiana. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's 6'6", 6'7". He can handle the ball. Before coming to college, he was known for shooting,
Yeah.
but he kind of struggled from three. But he did have a good mid-range game. He can take it to the rack. You know, he's a decent passer. When he's locked in, he's a good defender. So that kind of gives, again, a good backcourt, you know.
Yeah.
And then they could probably, you know, get a veteran. And then remember, they have 2 picks in here.
Yeah. We got the 10 pick. So,
Yeah.
So number 9 is the Wizards.
It will be the Wizards. And, you know, we kind of discussed them trading with the Lakers, maybe kind of doing a swap.
Maybe doing a swap, yeah. So
Yeah,
there's a possibility of that. And then the 10 pick goes back
to
Atlanta.
And I think this is, and on some mock drafts, you know, they have the French guy,
Sekou.
Yeah,
Something,
Sekou,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect pick because they have 2 high picks.
Where did he play?
France.
He's from France.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he played. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and what's his position? I'm not too familiar
he's
with
a
him.
big small forward, but he can play power forward too.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of like a bigger Frank than Ntilikina, basically.
Yeah.
But this is the perfect, you know, spot to kind of take an experimental player.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know, work on
he
him.
got 2 picks.
Yeah.
Unless they want to take Cam Reddish or something like that. But
No. But as far as that goes, obviously, do the Knicks have any other picks besides the 3rd pick?
No, I don't know. Probably 2nd round, but I'm definitely not in the 1st round.
I know the Nets have your 2nd round pick.
Do they Knicks have a 2nd round? Unless they
they have the 55th overall pick,
Oh,
and
okay.
at that point, you just kind of reaching for stuff.
Yeah, definitely. If I don't know almost near the 10, like I don't know who the hell the 55th gonna be. But they played really well last year because they picked up Mitchell Robinson. They were a little bit higher up in the 2nd round last year, and you know they got a lot of good players. So
since
I trust them in how they're drafting.
Since we only kind of did like a half-ass top 10 mock draft, I'm just gonna give my opinion on what I think the Nets should do.
Okay.
So 17th, you know, some mock drafts have us take in, you know, Bobo falling that far. Some have Nazir Little.
Yeah.
Some have PJ Washington.
Okay.
I feel like if we can get Little, that's a very good pick. Again, UNC bias.
Nazir.
But
he plays point guard, right?
No, Nazir Little is a small forward, power
I'm so
forward.
fucked up with college. They gonna rip my ass for college. I don't watch his college ball.
But Nazir Little, you know, he's actually projected to be a top 2, top 3 pick this year.
Oh, okay.
But he kind of, you know, struggled to find rotation.
Yeah, I did hear about him.
But as far as that goes, if the Nets can get him, that's great. If the Nets can get Bobo, that's great. If the Nets can get PJ Watt, basically this is the draft to get small forwards, power forwards.
Yeah, because that's what they need. They don't have like, and I love our what's his name?
Caruth?
No, Jefferson. What's the kid's name?
Rondae Hollis.
Rondae Hollis Jefferson. I love him, but he don't be finishing
at
the basket.
He gotta go.
Can't
That's
shoot.
my guy, but he gotta go.
Ah, God, like he. Yeah, they really don't have a small forward.
Yeah. So those are the picks. I mean, Also, I have to keep in mind the Nets will probably have to trade one of their first round picks to get rid of Alan Crabb's contract.
Yeah, I was really hoping that they got rid of him before the trade
Me
deadline because
too.
I was like, that's taking up because he opted in. I think it's like 18 million or
18
something.
mil.
Yeah,
And that really cuts into our
that
free
cuts into
agency
their
plans.
free agency. Yeah.
But if we don't trade the pick, those are some of the players I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Rui, if he's still there, also that's another player.
Yeah, exactly. I think Rui might be good. I think, and Sean Atkinson is really good at developing players, so I think that'd be a perfect fit for him. Probably over Nasir Little, to be honest with you. But I mean, I don't want his good.
Little is
Little's
my first
probably
choice.
yeah.
And that's partially because of how high he was toted coming into the season,
Yeah.
and partially because UNC baby all day Tar Heel. With the number 27 pick for the Nets,
Oh, you had the 27 pick as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I actually would like to see another UNC boy.
Oh my
Cam
God.
Johnson.
Look at all these UNC
Yeah,
people.
Cam, best shooter in the draft. Shot like 47% from three in
Think
college.
Cam Reddish from Duke.
Nah. I mean, at this low, I'll take it. At 27, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I think Cameron Johnson would be great this late in the draft. Great shooter. He's older, so he's a little more mature. And, I just think he'll be a great fit, great help.
Yeah.
And then with your pick, the first pick of the second round, I think we should get Jaden McDaniels.
Wait, the first pick is what?
Yeah,
the
we
Nets?
have your pick. Yeah.
Oh, our pick. Oh, yeah. I
Nets
forgot.
have your pick.
Yeah.
So I would.
Damn, so the Nets have 3 picks in the draft.
Yeah, basically 3 first rounds.
3 first, basically, yeah,
Basically.
because that's early second round.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be good. Oh, y'all should be set then.
Yeah, so I would
Yeah, some
take
good draft picks.
Jaden McDaniels. Even though I'm looking through this list of, there he goes. Excuse me, not Jaden, Jalen.
Oh, okay.
Jalen McDaniels.
Where did he play at? Because damn sure.
San Diego State.
Yeah, damn sure.
That's another guy. He's 6'9", 6'10". No, he can shoot the ball
6'9"?
well.
Takashi?
Nah, we don't. Nah, no snitches. No snitches. But yeah, he's a little underweight.
Yeah.
But he's a solid shooter. He's a solid rebounder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, those are the players I would kind of like to see just to address the.
I mean, that's good. Y'all got 3 draft picks. That's good. And y'all been known it seem to be drafting well. So
as long as they're not overseas players, Sean Marks hits.
yeah. Well, that's not true. Wasn't Caruso?
He's the only one he's hit. Every other overseas player has been a
Wait,
bust.
Caruso and what's the other kid?
Who, Musa?
Yeah, Donza.
Who shot 10% in the NBA from 3?
Yeah,
Musa?
yeah, I know.
Who couldn't see a court outside of garbage time? Musa? Of the Long Island Nets?
Yeah, because I was like, yo, y'all. When I saw who y'all drafted,
The
but
fact
y'all-
that we took Musa over Mitchell Robinson still pisses me off to this day, and I will
I'm
never
telling
let
you,
that go.
this Knicks regime is different, dog. Like y'all
Y'all read my scouting reports that draft. That's what happened. Y'all read my scouting reports.
Bro, even
I
if
was
we read
very
yours,
high on Mitchell Robinson.
I'm glad because
nobody else was talking about Mitchell Robinson.
Because other Knicks teams before be drafting some bullshit. So I'm happy with what's going on. I'm optimistic, as we should say. All right, you got anything else to talk about? Get out of here. It's been a beautiful day, beautiful Monday.
Day?
I think that's the last
It's
thing.
hot, yo.
It's hot, been a beautiful day. It's getting hot on the block, so you know the gun's gonna come out. Alright, so by this time, next time we record, hopefully, I think we predicting it should be Warriors Bucks in the finals.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna be.
We gotta see. I don't know if KD's gonna come back. Everybody's saying they're saying this is a right hamstring, but that shit really look like an Achilles injury.
Yo, yeah, because if you watch Shaq's last year in the league,
Yeah.
and when he played for the Celtics, it looked the same way. Shaq was running up court, he looked back like somebody kicked him, and then that was his
Yeah, because
career.
that's what everybody say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody say. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So either Golden State really trying to hide this shit, or
I doubt that.
I
Because
doubt
if it's
that.
an Achilles injury, he just
No,
out for
because
the
Steve
rest
Kerr
of the
came out
career.
and say, "Oh, the injury looks worse than we think." So like,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to really drop the ball to mess that up
Yeah.
medically, as far as your medical staff.
They'll pull another Kawhi. But even if he has his injury, like as a Knicks fan, you still take that guy. I don't care. Like, you still take him in free agency if he wants to come. You still
Listen,
take
if
him.
he has an
Sit him out
Achilles,
for the year.
if he has an
Have
Achilles,
Stephen A. Smith say, like he said, go rub his feet, carry his bags, do whatever he gotta do.
Yeah, sound like bottom bitches.
Put a, well, that's what Stephen A. Smith doing it, not me. So
Listen,
Stephen A. cried over Zion, he would cry for KD to come as well.
if it's actually an Achilles injury, which I doubt, because again, you have to really drop the ball as a medical staff for that to be the case.
Exactly.
But if it turns out he does have an Achilles injury, New York, y'all can have him. Kawhi, come to Brooklyn. I'm switching trade. I mean, I want Kawhi to come anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kawhi, you gotta come. Fuck
Yeah.
KD, if that's the case. If
Yeah.
not, yo, KD, what's up?
Yeah. All right, yo. So,
And
anything else?
I always forget to do this in the beginning. Shout out Hood Take. Shout out T.
Shout out.
Boss Chick Rain. You know, and her Unpopular Opinions podcast. Shout out, you know, Q Quentin. Shout out Q and Quentin. I said Q and Quentin. Shout out Quentin for his Nets articles. Not on Nets Daily. On I think Nothing But Nets.
Well, I think you said Nets did it last time, but
I may have.
get that shit correct, though.
Shout out ASAP Killer. You know,
You're-
her blogs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan, who's not here. You know, usually holding down at the engineer.
R.I.P. my dog. R.I.P. my dog.
Y'all check out T Swole, YouTube, Spotify, IG, all that good stuff.
It's that.
Facebook.
What's that, my brother? What is it?
I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Damn, you trying to promote your ass? Well, fuck you then. At the THEE T Swole.
That's why I didn't even
He got the
bother.
hardest part, the one that people get tripped up on the most. He got the hardest part.
No, that's why I didn't even bother.
The easiest part.
But yeah, you know, definitely check out either their music or, you know, their written pieces, you know, their podcasts.
Yeah,
all
we
that.
got some really
Really
artistic people, you know, that we
Yeah,
we love.
artistic, yes,
Dear to our heart. Not artistic, dear to our heart. Although some of them might be, but we love the autistic community out here.
Anything else?
Nah, I think that's it. You know?
Also, we've been having, you know, some, again, you know, people try and call up. We start figuring some of that stuff out.
Shit, we trying to be more consistent.
That's another thing. I really try. That's still for another day. You know,
Yeah, that's
because
another day conversation.
we also know we've also having some technical difficulties. Episode 3 should be dropping soon, so you'll probably get two episodes. back
yeah,
to back,
come
or
on,
if
you
not
getting a
the same
bonus
day.
episode.
Yeah, so you'll get those relatively close
Shit,
together.
yeah, you getting that 2 for 1.
And again, we apologize for that. We thank you for, you know, being patient with us. Thank you for any views, likes, shares. Please comment your thoughts and criticisms, you know, questions. You know, we always try. I'm sorry, I'm saying you know a lot, but we always try to definitely interact with the fans or listeners or what have you.
I hope we got some fans.
I'm sure we got some.
I'm a fan.
Woo!
But,
Where's going? Yeah, but and you know if we don't record before then, shout out to the Veterans Memorial Day coming up this weekend.
we ain't recording. I can tell now.
Maybe not.
Memorial Day is this weekend?
Yeah, it's next Monday, bro.
Yeah, it's September.
It's
Yeah.
gonna come in Monday, bro. So shout out to the veterans. You know, shout out to all of y'all. You know, we need to take care of y'all better. You know, y'all the real heroes of the country.
Ain't no we.
Shout out
Well, not we,
Jamari,
the
son.
country.
Yeah.
Shout out, shout out son Jamari. You know, out there, Navy, right?
Nah, that's the real
The
RIP.
Navy.
That's the
Yeah.
real RIP.
All right,
Well, shout out,
Next
y'all.
time.
Next time, shout out. Peace.